check. Can you hear me? GERD.
It's the EBBA recap. Welcome.
Anyone in your life have GERD? Oh, I'm sorry, gastrointestinal reflux disease, otherwise known as GERD. You're not familiar with GERD?
I'm not familiar with GERD. Who has it that you know?
My wife suffers from GERD, and what it means for me is I've got to listen to her clear her throat all the time.
Because of her intestines?
No, but she gets like a reflux.
Oh, it
in her
comes all
throat,
the way
so
back
it comes
up.
back up or whatever, like makes her like, like ugh. For one, I mean, I feel bad for her because it's a horrible disease that she's suffering from. But more
Affects
than that,
2 in 800.
do you have stats on it?
Yeah, just pulled them up.
Really? No.
No, I don't.
I don't know. You might be right on the money there, though.
Yeah, that would be pretty rare. Be pretty rare. But we play basketball together.
That's right. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. You've brought notes. And my name's Bill.
And I'm Bill. The two Bills.
We're going to talk about the basketball that we play.
Dollar bills.
Dollar Bill y'all in Chicago playing basketball.
All right, so we're here for the show, and this is I just want to pay this compliment to you that we're here as a result of your own volition, going out and starting this this audio recap and sending it, and it was when I heard it was the best and worst thing I'd ever heard.
Absolutely right.
And it inspired me, and I said, I want to get in the studio with this guy. And I want to see more of him. I want to see more of this.
Yeah, to be with another Bill.
Yeah. I was just inspired by it. I thought it was terrific.
All I want to do is inspire, and I'm glad I was able to help you.
And I think it's already improved from that first show because you've taken a breath. Or maybe I've made you take a breath.
I can still edit all of these breaths out. I'm telling you, I did
No.
7 to 8 hours of post-production. This time, I won't. You think people want to sit here and listen to all 90 minutes of the in-between stuff? No, you got to keep it going and going and going.
No. Well, let's keep the show moving, all right? People don't want sidebars. All right, so we're in your studio, and let me tell the people who aren't here and haven't been here to see this. This Bill Van Eyck studio is it's a multimedia studio. It's equipped for podcasts, parties, various instruments to play, a writing desk, an easel, posters, a lot of cannabis paraphernalia on the walls, records. He's got a record player in here, a projector that's projecting live TV onto the wall, and all kinds of art and concert ephemera. It's a really fun space. So we've got a couple segments today. We want to do a daily recap. We both played all 3 days this week, so we could highlight the week.
Snowy week.
Yeah.
Thanks for the rides each morning. Saved me some bike rides. It was big.
Yeah, I mean, what can I expect come spring and summer? You'll be making the bike party routine, or you'll still be taking rides? The rides are open and available to you always.
I think it's helping you get to hoops more.
You know what? I think it is.
Yeah.
Being responsible for you is...
That's true. I could always operate maybe like a tuk-tuk type system and pick you up on the bike with like a sidecar at some point to repay you, but I don't have a motor vehicle right now.
Yeah.
I'll get you a gas card maybe at some point for Christmas.
No.
I mean, maybe next Christmas.
No, not at all. And then do a injury report. So we got some guys out there injured right now.
Are you? You might be injured.
I am injured. I don't think I'm going to miss any time. Yeah, and went black and blue on the ankle, but totally mobile. don't know. Other guys that are, nursing injuries. You got Jay Will. You got Brad. He, I believe, is hurt. Where's Brad been?
Where the hell is it again?
Yeah, I haven't seen Brad. He's injured. No, maybe I'm the only one with an injury, I guess. Well, I thought it'd be fun to do something that we do all the time anyway, right? That would be fun to just to intentionally do it now. Like we sit around a lot and we ask, hey, have you seen so and so? I wonder what happened to Matt. And then people
Whatever
go, yeah,
happened to Matt?
he's up in the Colorado. His family, they're doing remote learning. And then somebody will be like, hey, whatever happened to this guy? Have you seen him? Lou. Have you seen Lou? No. He lives in the suburbs now. Oh, so he's not coming in anymore. What about his buddy Chudy? Anyone ever talked to him? No, but he got one of those EBBA shirts. He hasn't picked up. He paid for it, but
bless his heart, he ordered one.
Yeah, which was really great of them to do that.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list. Lou and Chudy, they're not on the current list.
Yeah, let's go through the list.
Manny Bonovich, he is on the list. He has no shows in January. We're just through the month of January, and I was able to snap a photo of the activity attendance sheet. So we've got tabs on the players. Like, where is Paul Eluzzi, and who is he? Is he someone that would be a friendly player on the court?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up.
Because he's on the list.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's talk about the people that are on the list that have poor attendance or no attendance in the case of Paul Eluzzi. And then let's talk about the people that play regularly, but they're just not on this list.
Some of them do play regularly, and they're unlisted. Yeah. That's all right. I used to slide like that. Every now and then, I would take a session or two off.
I was the king of it. I was the king of trying not to pay. And I would never pay 2 sessions in a row. That just seemed absurd. I paid the last session.
Yeah.
So I'm certainly not criticizing. I just want to out them. Just publicly shame them. Because they know they should have paid, but they didn't.
A decent amount of them do pay.
Well, let's find out who's on this list. Josh Williams has paid. Josh Williams' attendance very down. He only played 3 times since January 4th. And that, as we know, is a result of his heel injury.
That's true.
That he took over a week.
It looks like that heel injury probably took place on the 14th of January, if I'm seeing this correctly. It was a heavy attended day.
It was?
Yeah. I mean, if you take a look, we had
Alex you're saying, what day are you saying it happened?
The January 14th. That's the last day Josh Williams came in.
Then he came in on the 28th.
Just as a Friday bonus. I think he wanted coffee, so it must have been that 14th. It's just really, or it could have been the 7th. But you
did
never
come
know.
back.
He's a coffee guy.
Big
fan of
the 6th, but he did not sign in this past week.
Oh, I might have snapped this photo early because we've been getting in there early before some of the people get there. Because we have ding, ding, ding. We have a perfect attendance award to give away.
What? No.
I swear to God, we do.
I see what you're looking at, but I can't imagine he never missed. But
he didn't miss. He even came to shoot around sometimes when there weren't enough. It's Brandon Rockhold.
Amazing.
I don't even know if that's his real last name because it sounds like an action star's name.
Yeah.
But he is all X's, and he didn't miss a day of hoops.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
The only one close to him in attendance would have to be Kevin Epp. Also Kevin E.
Kevin E. He came close. If you look towards the bottom of the list, Dick Slide has a heavy number of attendances. Also, Big Pat T and William O'Donnell.
Look at me picking up the pace towards the end there. I don't remember Rick Slide there all those times early in January. I think some guys may be fudging their numbers too and just crossing their name off.
Wow.
They definitely will be now that they know we're keeping track.
That's true. Al Cormos, always a steady player.
He
Eric
does
the
play a lot.
Machine Levine, few and far between.
Cormos.
And well, then Todd has been TNT has been back. He's been back heavily.
He came back. He made his triumphant return
since his injuries.
on January 18th.
He did. That looked like a pretty solid day to be out there.
Yeah. Oh, you can see everybody that played that day too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the official activity attendance sheet.
Let's go down the list. Rob Anderson, we welcomed him back this past Thursday. He came back, was not signed up, but he'd been off for the entire month. Rob Anderson had not played the entire month of January as a result of, you guessed it, COVID.
POC, prisoner of COVID.
COVID wreaked havoc on his life, and then some people
most
he knows.
of his close others and significant family.
This month also marked the years-long return of Tim Benolkin.
Wow. What a journey he's been on. Tim B.
Talk about injury report.
Owner of the Rule of Tim B. Talk about injury report. We're not even talking about COVID. I mean, he went through COVID with a whole slew of different things. The man fell off a boat.
He fell off a ladder cleaning or maintaining a boat.
He was very high up on a boat.
Yes.
His own
big
boat.
It's a very big boat.
Large yacht.
Yeah.
Cleaning it himself.
Apparently. And broke many a bone on his fall. We won't go into the...
He's got metal inside of him now.
Details, and he's got metal in his body.
Bald with it.
Out for years, came back on January 11th. Played steady until the 21st, but...
got too cold for the Tesla, I think.
Haven't seen, maybe the weather. Something he didn't want to deal with these past 2 weeks.
Snowing. I don't know.
Josh Brown, I can only imagine that's JJ. Isn't he a Josh?
There
JJ
could be
Brown?
a Josh within one of the J's.
Well, this guy came a couple of days.
I remember hearing about him.
Sean Daniel Buino. Did you know his middle name was Daniel? Does that surprise you that he's a Daniel?
Sean Daniel. I guess I'm surprised by any nickname. So, yeah, I am surprised. Good for him. Pretty common first name, but to have it as a middle name, it's fun.
Sean Daniel Buino.
Sean Daniel Buino. Not sure what descent that is. Perhaps Nordic? Maybe, is it Viking descent?
It seems Italian to me.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably guess that as well.
Yeah.
I was more so in thinking of his style of play.
Oh, that would be Nordic, yes.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
Right,
you skipped Matt Bonovich, though.
I
guess
did
we
because
might have to get to him in the Where Are They Now, even though we don't know where they are besides, you said Colorado, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe he skis
Steamboat,
by day.
I believe I heard Steamboat.
A steamboat captain.
Yeah.
Riverboat, steamboat, Riverboat Casino, perhaps?
Perhaps. I did skip him, not intentionally, but because his name wasn't highlighted, because he's not been here since
has not
registration
confirmed
began.
vaccination either.
It could be that as well.
Pray for him.
And George Miller, of course, old friend, was at the holiday party. Hasn't played since because he's got a
he's
swollen
broken
foot.
2 or 3 or 4 toes in his foot.
I don't remember. Was that basketball injury?
It may have been a result of basketball and other events. But when it's bruised, you know it's broken. My mom told me that, and George showed us that it was bruised with a photo he sent of his foot to the group. So we were able to see that and know that his toes were broken.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't the result of any sort of gambling debt. You'd think maybe they did it with fingers before the toes.
Yeah,
but
it could
who
be.
knows?
Somebody,
could be like a misery type thing where it's feet involved.
We're talking about people that we don't really know. You know, we know them through basketball, but we don't know.
Yeah, we're being facetious and making wild assumptions about.
Yeah, we don't know
about what could be happening in their personal lives, and none of it is accurate. So don't take it with any type of seriousness at all. Just having a laugh here.
Mm-hmm. And then another heavy attender, Patrick. I've never seen his name until this moment. His last name, Big Pat.
Yeah.
You want to take a attempt at that one?
It looks like the word Trier Wheeler.
Yeah, Trier. I was going to say Weiler. Trierweiler.
That's probably good. That's probably better. Trierweiler.
Trierweiler.
Maybe it has something to do with a tree, like his family way back when were doing things with trees, like way up in the branches and stuff, like almost like a tree wielder, perhaps. Like they were tall enough to take down things from trees or use them as weapons because they're just a generation of large human beings.
Yeah,
Trierweiler.
Well, I don't have any idea.
Patrick A. Trierweiler.
A Scandinavian, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Could be.
Name? Or Australian, could be.
That's true. He may have a relative that's a power lifter.
Yeah.
A lot of those Scandinavians, they live very, very happy and have very good well-being. So you see here, you see a lot of positive reports about their
happiness in
about
those
their
countries
psychological health. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it might be that free health care. That would be nice to not have to worry about that. But that doesn't have anything to do with basketball.
No, it has nothing.
It's, John T. Green was coming and shooting the ball here and
is he on the list?
He's on the list. He's in the G's. He's number 10, John T. Green.
John T.
Ashkan has more visits than John Green, but his were earlier in the month.
Ashkan, yeah.
Ashkan was launching threes from far away, but he got I think he was a little perturbed when we pulled that fancy little six-man swap with the number 16 player that one day. Remember that?
Yeah, he was very upset.
He hasn't been back since. That might be the
shenanigans.
And that was back on January 18th. We were combined number 15 and 16 players, so we subbed in and subbed out every 6 points or 8 points, I believe, during the game. Fresh legs. It was definitely to our advantage.
He didn't care for that.
But I didn't know.
And then you get Paul Gilden as a write-in. I can only take that to mean he did not register, and he's maybe claiming he registered.
He's vaccinated.
You know, he
late registration.
And who's
Kanye West's second studio album.
Who's this this other write-in? Mike L.
Mike L. could be our guy that we had that dynasty with the other day.
Oh yeah. He's old.
When we were playing
Pat's
fours.
buddy.
I think he is Pat's buddy. Or maybe Pat wrote Mike L. Because
Pat has been coming.
I could see a little bit of sneakiness and dishonestness in Pat.
Patrick Pierre.
And Patrick Pierre, yeah. Where, he comes off as, the non-problem child. He's sort of
but
like
he is the
alpha,
problem.
but he can, sort of secretly do that stuff. I mean, you just want to say, just go with it. Just do you. You're fine.
Yeah.
So he might be Mike L. on the list. They might just combine to have that down there, and it's not marked as vaccinated. It's just sort of there to use, perhaps. Maybe they're all Mike L. Yeah. Even though there's no X's there either. So
no X's.
They don't even mark the name. It's just there for them if they need it.
Well, we got to keep track of this accounting. I think this is a great thing to do, is to take a picture of these every month. Great for the archives. Great data for the archives, really.
It's strong data. I'll probably post this as the picture for the blog post. Yeah. We didn't talk about Carrie and Kevin, the 2Ks that we met outside when we played outdoors.
They're on here.
They come together a lot, and they play hard-nosed basketball.
They do. I thought that they were coming together exclusively, but if you look at Kevin Krefting's numbers, he's been coming on many more days than Carey.
A few more, yeah. Maybe he's available. He's able to get himself over here.
Yeah.
And he's at a higher clip. Let's Carey, get those numbers up. We want to see more lefties out here.
He's a lefty?
He is.
Oh,
he is a lefty shooter.
I didn't get that scouting report.
It's fun to have those lefty shots out there. And I think Bill, you wanted to talk about TNT, Todd Newhausen.
Yeah, I do want to talk about him. This was the big return for him. I joked earlier in the week that some of these other guys have been gone longer than him, and we haven't even mentioned them. We made such a big deal about Todd's absence because, quite frankly, I think he's very important to the league.
He's a key cog of the league.
He's a key cog in the league.
He can do many things.
Yeah, he's a point person on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, you could call him, a
He's been very
quasi-commissioner at this point.
Yeah, he's been very active in outside league activities. He attends all or most social events. And
He's been teaching small children how to shoot and dribble.
He involves the game in different ways.
He's really helping the community.
But when he brings the Danish, whenever we have a party, he'll bring a Danish, which to me is just the mark of a great guy. So it was great to see him back. But you know what I was thinking about the other day? On the list, when he signs up on Google Docs, he goes by the moniker or the acronym TNT. But if you look at his name
himself
here,
that?
I don't know. Todd Newhausen.
I thought
there's no other T in
somebody
there.
gave him that nickname TNT.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
It's possible he took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
But there is not another T. I think maybe it flows a little better. We don't know the middle name. But you're right. There's not another T after the first T in Todd. Todd Newhausen.
With that Google Doc, I'm surprised you don't see more shenanigans. Not that TNT is a shenanigan. I don't know what that means. I want to know what that means. But
I'd rather know who the person is than a fake
know?
name a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like you want to know who the person is that's going to play instead of like
Cause
fart noise as the name or something like that.
Because that will determine whether you play or not. Like if there's a guy on that list that you really don't want to see in the morning, will you stay home?
I wouldn't go that far. But it might make me not sign up if I'm like number 5 or 6 or something like that. Or if I don't want to fully commit as number 8.
You'll see a name and you won't get on the list because you don't want to put your name next to that person's name?
No. Oh, no. There's no names like that for me. You got any like that?
I get a couple.
Okay.
I'm not going to say on this show.
Okay.
Not a couple, maybe 1 or 2 that'll keep me in bed. What I did want to talk about was if you thought there was a fight this week that stood out in your mind. There's always, chatter.
Fights this week that stood out. We're talking about middle-aged white men complaining to each other about foul calls in basketball when we say fights. And this is at 6:30 to 6:50 in the morning, mind you not. So
they can get heated.
Things can get heated, but we're going to set the scenario for you. Fights this week. I love seeing people riled up, actually, secretly. I don't want to continue riling them up, but it makes me giddy. It just makes me, like, what is so important about that you have to get real riled up? It's too early in the morning for it.
What's amazing to me is never come to blows, ever. Can't think of anytime anything.
No fisticuffs.
No.
I don't think I've seen any either.
I don't even know if guys had to be separated. So it's always pretty tame. It's
just a lot of words. Volumes go up.
Who would you say are the key players in the verbal wars? I'd say a couple of times this week, Bowie and Rick, they tend to.
Those would come up. Bowie and Rick were definitely exchanging this week when they're together or when they're against each other for sure. Because there's a lot of things. Between them moving around, they might be running into each other on the same team or on different teams. And when you have two people that think one way and not the same way, it's two different perspectives of I'm doing this because it's right, and then I'm doing this because I think it's right.
Right.
When you break it down like that, it's easy to have an argument.
It is, yeah.
Especially when there's a Viking on the court. In somebody like Bowie, who's a mass of a man and knows how to move his body around. Yeah. When there's potential for injury, people could maybe get a little more.
I thought I remember hearing you this week get into it about a moving screen. Do you want to talk about that? Wasn't there a moving screen that really?
There were more than one moving screens where I'm just sort of running with the person that's on defense for a little while. And
who was that you called out?
Funny,
you said,
I think I had Brandon where he was in a screen and then he did a pirouette and then he screened me in the back and then he spun again, and he
He gave
screened
you a
me
different
in the
screen?
front. So it was 3 screens at once while I was trying to move around him. He went boom, dance move, screen in the back, boom. So like a moving wall, like a border wall. And I think I said, I don't think you're supposed to be able to dance with me or move like that while you're screening.
Yeah, and you ended it with, that is the definition of a moving screen.
I think it was, yeah. When you dance with the other player, then are you a pick anymore, or are you? I don't know. He was dancing along for sure. As for me being taller and larger than some of the people that I get screened by, and I try to stay still when I set screens. That's probably why I get upset,
Well, that's
because
how
I
it's supposed to
actually
be
try
done.
to stay still.
Yeah.
So I just want it to be fairly done. Otherwise, I'm gonna start setting real nasty screens out there. I don't want to have to do that. Everyone should just watch Rob Anderson set screens.
He sets a nice screen.
That be the end of it.
He sets a screen like he's blocking a kick in soccer.
Yeah.
Like covers
I don't
your
think I
nuts.
can stand as sturdy as that man does on the ground. I think you could. I don't know. You could probably push me over easily than him when trying to set a screen, because it's very firm. And
Really?
I don't know, maybe they went through drills, like screening drills, where a coach came up and hit him with a cushion or
He
something.
knows how to do it.
Yeah.
He'll get a low base. You don't have to be hefty to set a good screen.
That's true. You
It helps.
just need to be in the way.
Yeah. All right. Any other fights that stick out in your mind?
Fights that stick out in my mind.
There are 2 types of fights, right? There's like you mentioned, the fight across teams where somebody's guarding you or you're going against the player. But then there's the infighting that occurs on a team, and it usually occurs on a team that's losing, and the players start fighting amongst the teammates start fighting amongst themselves.
Oh yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones I love to see, especially if you're on the winning side. And there's just nothing better than seeing a team implode.
That is true. But when you're on the losing side, it's tough. It's definitely
there's
tough,
finger pointing going on.
Because then you're imploding. I launched
You don't like to lose.
launched a 3-pointer. You got pretty mad at me when I launched that.
Let me take you
3-pointer.
back through that whole series.
I missed a nice left-handed layup.
The layup, not missing the layup, not an issue. We all do. The best of the best. That's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Not getting back
It did happen.
on D after the missed layup. Sometimes it's hard. You're under the hoop and the layup went the other way quick. You can't get back in the frame. But then walking up the court to take, the second pass and crossing half court and launching a 3 after that whole series.
It was the first pass. Somebody
it was the
inbound. Somebody
inbound?
inbounded that to me.
Then it might have been me.
And I think you inbounded it to
Yeah,
me.
and you were like right at
I
half
was
court.
the
You took one step over half court and launched it, and I was like, that's it. After seeing
Every single
that series,
person on the
the
team was
layup,
behind me.
The no D, they scored on your guys scored on the other end.
He did.
I inbounded
He
it
did.
to you, and you launched a 3. As the rest of us are coming down the court.
Well, you couldn't see my mouth through my mask. I yelled, "I'm taking this," because you guys, I don't know who else was on the team, but somebody was maybe on the other end of the court. They had all 5 guys back, and the other 3 on my team were behind half court. So the offensive play I chose for that possession, because we had nobody rebounding, was I'm
so wait for
gonna
us to get
launch
there.
a 3.
That's what do you mean?
Well, I didn't want to
There was
wait or
nobody
just
rebounding.
walking
We
up
just
there.
inbounded the ball, right? Some of us just had to cover 3 guys to try and stop them from scoring because you were down the other end,
That's true.
and you don't even let us get back before you launch another one.
I ended that offensive possession very quick.
And-
It was
and
either
you-
going to go in or it was not going to go in, and
you
it
know
did
what?
not go in.
That was we were all running out of gas at that point, right? Because we had a dynasty going.
We had a dynasty. I think it was maybe the
We had a
5th game of the
going.
dynasty going.
We gave them that one.
Sometimes
You
they
know?
make more shots than us. It's too bad.
Well,
Especially when it starts falling apart like that. I don't think we had any chance at that point.
no, we might not. Have.
We might have had 6
We were out of
points and
gas.
they had about 11.
Yeah.
It was looking grim. Looking
Yeah.
grim. That might have been Thursday. So we almost had a dynasty Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a dynasty Tuesday. And then I guess there was a family dynasty on Friday.
Yeah. There was.
That was a TNT.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brandon Rockwold.
Rockwell, Mr. Perfect Attendance.
Yeah.
And a couple other players, I think, or 3 other players.
Kevin.
Was Jay Will on that Family Dynasty?
I don't know. Yeah, he must
He
have
might have been. One of the Kevins.
All right. As we wind it down here, who do you think right now is the best player in the BVA?
I think we've talked about it before, but the person going out and
You're
doing the most, I think, is Kevin E. right now. Would you say the same?
I agree. I agree with that. I think he's the best week in, week out player. I don't know if we looked at his attendance, but it's very high.
His attendance is high.
Very high. And the more you play, the better your game should get. He's playing a lot. He's playing at a high level.
He's a prime example of that statement then.
Yeah.
The more you play, the better you get, because he's getting very good. He's getting even more
He was already
confident with
good.
his shots.
But to say he's the best, we're saying, Big Pat could be the best player in the EBBA.
True. As far as unstoppableness goes, we can't take away from
His game
Big
is
Pat,
tremendous.
who is the Shaquille O'Neal of the league. I don't think he's been talked about enough for this month as far as what he's changed in this league. It's been tremendous.
No, it's been
His
it's
size
been great
and
to
his
have a big
skill.
man. You hate to
Just
play
what he
against
does
him,
in the
but
paint.
you love to play with him. It's just so. Yeah, I had been saying Kevin, but Pat. We're talking about a former
Can't count him out.
college basketball player.
Oh yeah, where did he play?
Collegiate. Elmhurst, I want to say.
Fantastic. That means he's got the reps. And when
Yeah.
you've got the reps like that, you can do a lot of good things out on the basketball court.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned this week getting Chudy back is a way of like going against Pat. It would be like Godzilla versus fucking King Kong.
Yeah, I think it'd be good practice for Chudy. And until Chudy got his legs back, Patrick would probably just really have a fun time with it.
I think they'd be a good matchup.
But it would be
they
cool.
both like
It'd
to
be
sneak
cool
outside
to
a little
have
bit.
big bodies out there. To have a couple big bodies. I'm not looking forward to getting screened by the one that's not on my team, because both of them are very large and they can set screens for sure. But both Pat's very fun to play with, definitely, and a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, he's
brought
great
his
at
kid
coffee.
to coffee the other
Yep.
day. It was great to see.
He's-
Family man.
Yep, he's been a great addition to the league.
Yeah. So as far as number 1 draft picks go, for people you're drafting first, like if we were drafting together and I took Kevin, you would go Big Pat. I think if they
Yeah,
were
but if
both
I
there.
had the first pick, I don't know. I might go. I don't know.
Well, yeah. And there you have it.
The league, I think, is in good shape. We've gone through dark periods, and I think we're in a good age. We survived that COVID. I mean, just staying solvent during COVID.
Yeah,
playing a
many
little
of
bit.
us survived COVID, which was good.
And we came out the other side. That could. I'm sure that did kill some Shield careers. The COVID. You guys will not
Absolutely.
come back because those 2 years, basketball is no longer part of their life. And
Yeah. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's living through it differently. You never even know. But to see the people that we have seen come back, it's just fantastic.
Yeah. To the guys that are out there that haven't been back, look at Tim B. Comes back 2 years later.
Tim B comes back, and he's hustling and bustling. He's making moves. I like to see that man score. I try to get him the ball. He's out there.
It's amazing. So all I wish for, is a long Shield career. As long
Absolutely.
as I can. That's all I want.
Yeah, you can pull the plug on me if I can't use my legs to play basketball anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a great wish, and we wish it to everybody out there.
Yep.
If you haven't played Shield basketball, then we still wish you that same thing, a healthy and long, active career of hobbies and leisure.
What? Go try to